Hello friends, I am back with my another video, and in this video I have my friend Nikita with me. She got a seat in IIT Delhi. So congratulations first of all. I heard you got a seat in IIT Delhi and also in ISC Bangalore. So congratulations.
Thank you, Jaya. Thank you so much.
So we'll start with the first question, that is like your academic qualifications from where you did BSc and MSc and all.
Okay. So I have done integrated master's course from Central University of Rajasthan. This is basically a 5-year course in which both BSc and MSc are included, like 3 years BSc and 2 years of MSc. So there was a semester system, like we have awarded like SGPA. So I secured a SGPA of 4.51 out of 6, and I graduated in 2019. So after that, I was preparing for the national level examinations like NET or GATE, and this year only I appeared for the GATE exam.
Okay, and so you have applied like in IIT Delhi.
Yeah.
How, like, which program you have applied for in IIT Delhi?
Okay, so I have applied for the PhD program in IIT Delhi. Usually, they put advertisement in like March month for the semester one, which will be starting from August. Okay, so they will release the notification, and you can see that on their website. It is all available there. So from there, I got the information, and I applied for the PhD program mainly.
I heard like there are two sessions, or like in June, July or June or December, through which a student can enter into these institutes. So is it for the physics also? Like I am from chemistry background, so for us it is two times, like in a year. So
Yeah,
what about?
yeah. This is for like I think all departments. Like what happened in my case now, in this August session, there were around.
So through which exam you have entered into that, like GATE or JRF, CSIR NET JRF, or
Okay,
any
so
other exam?
yeah. So I entered there through the GATE examination, but you may enter through the another thing is also that if you are doing MTech from any IIT, or if you are studying in any IIT, and if your CGPA is above 8, I think that is also a criteria.
Okay, if they have done MTech from IITs or
Yeah,
CFTIs, I think, है ना, Central Funded means we have three exams by which we can apply into these IITs, like GATE, JRF, or JEST exam for
yeah.
physics. And is this the same exam for other institutes also, like IIScs or any other institutes?
So basically, in all the institutes, you have these three modes only, like NET exam, GATE exam, or JEST exam. And some institute also conduct their own return examinations also. Like IIT Bombay conducts its own return exam, and if you qualify in that, then only you are getting a chance to get interviewed. And all.
So basically, like these exams are like, if we qualify any one of these exams, we have a chance to apply into these IITs, and then it depends on the interviews, right?
Yes. And also, I want to tell you one thing that if you get a good rank in GATE, like I have entered IITs to the GATE examination. So if you have a good rank, then there are great chances that you might enter into the old IITs. But this IIT Bombay, if you have qualified GATE, like if you have rank in 2000 or something, 2500 also, then it doesn't matter for them. You will still get the call for return in exam, and if you qualify that.
And what about like forms? Like when can we expect the forms for a December session? If you have applied anytime in for the December session,
um
approx.
I don't have the idea, but I think it might be in the applications may start in October month or November.
How was the panel and how many members? I think you gave the offline interview or online interview.
Okay,
Uh,
so this time due to COVID situations, the interviews were conducted online, and I think this was fortunate enough for the candidates because they got the chance um, to appear for the interview at various institutes. So this was a good chance, and
yeah.
if the same thing is going to happen in December, then there are the great chances of the candidates who will be appearing in the December session.
How was the panel?
Okay. So, firstly, I want to tell you about the interview process. In IIT Delhi, there are two round of interviews. So, in my case, the
Mhm.
first round of interview was held on June 2nd of June, and there were like 455 candidates approximately in that round now. So,
Mm.
uh, what was happening in that there were some committees like 10 to 11 committees, and in each committees
Mhm.
you could expect like one professor from each field. Like in our case, there might be a professor from optics, and there might be a professor from condensed matter physics, and for in quantum mechanics, and one might be from high energy physics. So in my interview panel, the first round of interview, there were four teachers, and I think the one professor was from optics background, and the one professor was, I think, high energy physics, and two were from quantum mechanics background, I guess. So there were four professors in my panel.
And how, like, matlab, I gave a interview in TIFR and I found that the panel was very friendly. They were trying to help you in the question. So, like, how was your experience actually? Uh,
Yeah,
Interview experience.
yeah, this is true. Like they are very
Like,
friendly people. Yeah. So they are friendly to us. They try to calm us down as much as they can. So they'll try to give you hints, and like they will help you in any way. If you are I think getting demoralized or getting nervous, they'll try to calm you down. So they are friendly people, and the thing you said that they are good, this is right, and the interview experience was great all. So I felt great after that interview.
and how many, like, questions? Do you remember any questions they asked you from
Yeah,
some
actually, what
topic?
what I did now, I prepared a list of the questions. So right now I can see all those questions. What was the thing like? From where they started was like one professor asked me that what is my academic background. So I told them my academic qualifications, and he also asked me that what was I doing after 2019, like why there is
Hmm.
this 2 years gap now. So you have to be prepared
Hmm.
for that question also. You might face that question now. So
Correct.
you just have to be honest that what you were doing. So they don't bother about about it too much now. So the first thing they asked me about was my project
Hmm.
work in my last semester. In my 10th semester, I did a project, MSc thesis. So they asked me about that thesis, that what was your thesis and what you did in that project work. So my project was like some kind of review on energy harvesting. So I started explaining, and I was explaining, and they were listening. They all were listening, and after that they stopped me and they asked me that are there any subjects which you have prepared for the interview? Like they were asking for my choices, for my preferences. Then I told that, sir, you may ask the questions from quantum mechanics and condensed matter physics. So they started with quantum mechanics, and the first question was like they told me to draw the ground state wave function of the simple harmonic oscillator. Okay, so this was the first question. Yeah. So in quantum mechanics, basically, the probable questions are from like this simple harmonic oscillator and the potential wells. These are the, I think, most important topics for the quantum mechanics subject. And the second question was like in the beta decay process, what happens, like neutron is being converted into a proton and the electron is emitted and a anti-neutrino is emitted. I think this is the beta decay process. So later they asked that the energy of the emitted electron is the order of few mega electron volt. So based on this thing, can you tell me that can this electron can the electron be present in the inside the nucleus or not? So I think all the physics students and chemistry as well know that electron cannot reside in the nucleus, and they know the reason behind it as well. So all the candidates may find the questions in any book. Okay. So next question was like the one professor asked me that what is the ground state wave function for the half harmonic oscillator. So I was like somewhat something, it was unclear in my mind. So they gave me some hint, and luckily I was able to follow that. And they asked me to draw the ground state wave function, and I told them that. So later they shifted on other thing like the most unexpected thing in this interview was the Schrodinger equation. So basically, what we do, we know that what is the Schrodinger equation, the time independent Schrodinger equation, and the time dependent Schrodinger equation. And what we basically do is that we study in the position space. So I was like, okay, Schrodinger equation. They are asking Schrodinger equation, but later they asked me that you have to write the Schrodinger equation in momentum space. So this was quite like a new thing for me. This was the point where they are trying to extract the like, if you have that that thing in your like that thing in your knowledge bag, that you can answer that or not. Because Schrodinger equation in position space everyone know, but the momentum space, I think you have to approach that problem now. That how would you solve that? So I was not able to answer that clearly, but they see the approach. They don't bother about whether your answer is completely correct or not, because honestly, not everyone give all the answers correct. So they see the approach only. So I told them that we can proceed with the Fourier transform. So yes, he picked up this Fourier transform word, and from there he started asking question like how would be the first term that the kinetic energy operator would be looking like, and how would be the second term, the potential energy term would be looking like, and doing this like he was giving me hints, and I was trying to answer that, and I think he was convinced with that. So later he asked me like if you have heard about the convolution theory in the Fourier transform. So I was not aware of that. If you are not aware of anything, you can simply told them that you are not aware of this thing and you have not heard of this thing before. Don't try to like mess up with them. Like you say that yes, I know, but I like don't try to what can I say, don't try to just puzzle them. Just tell them honestly that you don't know, and that will be
Like,
okay.
mm,
Yeah. So this was the next question, and the next question was they asked me okay, so this is it from the quantum mechanics part. I think there were no professor from the condensed matter background, so they didn't ask me any question from condensed matter physics. So later he asked me that you have to choose between one, that is electrodynamics or quantum mechanics. What thing you would like to proceed with? So I again told them that I would like to proceed with the quantum mechanics only. So he asked me that write the equation of the plane wave. So I wrote that in one dimension. So he asked me that.
So means like there were two rounds basically. So first round is will check your knowledge and concepts and all, and in the second interview you will be having the guide selection
Yeah, yeah,
mainly. So
right.
you prepared through books or some coaching you took?
Okay, so yes, I took coaching also in July to December 2019 session. After that, I was doing self study. So, what you like? I have done my graduation from Central University of Rajasthan, as I said. So, my concepts were not clear. Honestly speaking, my concepts were not that clear at that time. So, this coaching helped me a lot to clear my concept to some point. Okay, and this coaching was helpful in like the uh, examination, like GATE or NET examination. But for the interview, you have to refer some books. Like for the
Mm-hmm.
quantum mechanics, I refer the book JTLE, Quantum Mechanics. JTLE is the book. And for condensed matter physics, you can refer to Charles Kittel. This is the standard book. And if you want to study in a like easy language and if you don't want to stress your mind too much, then you may refer to Puri and Babbar solid state physics also. That is given in a somewhat simpler language. So yes, for condensed matter physics, I refer these two books, that is Charles Kittel and Puri and Babbar. And for mechanics, I refer that J. Tilley book. And yeah, for other subjects also, like this electrodynamics, you can refer to, there is a
So you have applied to IITs or some other institutes as well?
okay, so I have applied in the Indian Institute of Science also. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
there I had applied in the science department and in physics department, and one is in solid state and structural chemistry unit.
So Nikita, like what about the stipend, fees and all in the institute
Okay,
IIT Delhi for
okay.
PhD?
So for the first 2 years, you will be getting 31,000 per month, and for the next 3 years, it will be increased to 35,000. And the admission fees is I don't know it right now, because they took only the admission fees right now from me. That that was around 21,450.
Any contingency also is there
Yeah,
for you?
yeah, yeah. So the like if we talk about the institute scholars, because uh, I entered that the institute through the GATE exam, so I know about the institute scholars. So
Mhm.
they provide a contingency amount of 20,000 per annum if you are going for any conference or meeting inside India. And once during your PhD, they will provide you a research scholar travel award to travel in abroad. That that is around 1.3 lakh, and that amount you would get once during your PhD to attend
Okay,
any
so
conference or meeting in the abroad. Yeah,
this was mentioned in your brochure, some
yeah, yeah.
brochure they have
This
provided or
yeah, this information is also mentioned in the information brochure, and they told us this thing in the like basically orientation session of the department. So they will tell you this thing.
so means you will be getting some contingency for the our Indian if you want to attend some conference inside India and 1 point some lakh if you are traveling to outside
Yeah,
India for conference.
yeah. And one another thing is that there is one another.
So these are, I think, the mostly asked questions from the students who are preparing for these exams and interviews. So all the best, guys. And so thank you, Nikita, for your time.
Thank you, Jaya, for this.
And in the last, any advice for the people who are preparing for these exams?
Okay, so my one advice is like you have to go through the basic concepts very well. So prepare your basic concept very well. That will be helping you in any way. Don't like rush into the deeper and advanced thing.
Thank you, Nikita. Thank you so much. And so, guys, this was our session with Nikita, and she has shared her experience of IIT Delhi interview. And so, hope you guys find this video useful. And if you find this video useful, please like it, share it, subscribe it, the channel, and we'll meet in the next video, which is, I think, we will share our Nikita's experience for IISc Bangalore. So we'll be sharing that soon.